If you're a small business owner making serious money with no clear retirement plan, this conversation is for you. Because when you hear IUL pros and cons, what you're really asking is this a real strategy or just another financial product dressed up as a miracle? And more importantly, will this actually work for someone like me with variable income, no employer 401k, and real exposure to taxes, liquidity shocks, and timing risk? So here's the structural dangers most high earners miss. You don't fail financially because you didn't earn it. You fail because your money is trapped in the wrong containers at the wrong time. And this is where most high earners get burned. They stack investments, they chase returns, and they ignore structure. And in a minute, you'll see why this mistake turns even good investments into fragile money. Hello, my name is Robert Balgach. I'm the CEO and founder of Black Swan Insurance Group. And since 2017, my team has helped over 20,000 families design tax-efficient wealth strategies. And we've earned 800 plus 5-star reviews doing it the hard way with math, structure, and accountability. If at any point you want to see whether this strategy actually fits your situation, you can book a tax-free wealth strategy session with us. Just click on the link below. No pressure, just clarity. But first, let me show you the honest breakdown, not the sales pitch. Because Index Universal Life IUL isn't magic. It's math. Before we talk pros and cons, we need the right frame. IUL is not an investment. It's a structure, and structure determines the outcome. This is where most people get confused and where most policies fail. Same policy, same insurance company, completely different outcome. So let me show you what I mean. Meet Kevin. Kevin is a 46-year-old, second-generation immigrant family born and raised in California. He owns and operates a family-run restaurant group. 3 locations, long hours, thin margins some years, great margins others. His income fluctuates between $300,000 and $600,000 per year, depending on expansion cycles and labor costs. No employer 401k, most of his wealth lives in a business, some real estate, and a taxable brokerage account he doesn't trust in a downturn. So Kevin has done almost everything right, but it still feels fragile. Why? Because every dollar he's built depends on continued work, continued health, continued market cooperation, and continued tax rules staying friendly. And there was one moment that made this painfully clear. 3 years ago, Kevin landed in a hospital with a severe infection. Nothing dramatic on the surface, but he was out for weeks. The revenue dipped, the payroll dipped, and vendors still needed to be paid. And that's when Kevin realized something most business owners don't see until it's too late. His net worth looked impressive on paper, but his wealth wasn't liquid. That's when he learned the rule. Liquidity is oxygen. And permission-based money is fragile money. Remember that, because we'll come back to it. So here are some pros of the IULs when it's designed correctly. Let's start with the advantages, the real ones. Pro number 1, tax-free growth and income. So under the IRS Code 7702, a properly structured life insurance allows tax-deferred growth, tax-free access through policy loans, and tax-free transfer to heirs. This wasn't a loophole, it was a rule book. The IRS is your silent business partner, and this is one of the few places to actually step aside. Without triggering taxable income, without required minimum distributions, without asking permission. Pro number 2, the 0% floor, why 0 is your hero. So IUL cash value is indexed, not invested. So when the market rises, you participate, usually up to a cap. When the market falls, you earn 0, not negative. That's why 0 is your hero. This isn't about beating the market, it's about surviving. Because if you lose 30%, you don't need a recovery plan, you need a miracle. Structure beats speculation. Pro number 3, liquidity without permission. IUL's policy loans allow access to cash at any age, for any reason, without taxes and without penalties. And this is where Kevin's story matters. During his health interruption, Kevin didn't have to sell assets. He didn't tap credit lines. He didn't trigger taxes. He accessed IUL policy liquidity. That interruption was resolved by structure, not luck. This is the income continuity under stress. Pro number 4, living benefits, not a death benefit. A properly designed IUL includes living benefits, chronic or critical illness riders. So if God forbid Kevin is diagnosed with cancer or he has a heart attack or stroke and he survives, he would have an ability to file in the claim and get the money out of the death benefit while he's still alive. And that could resolve a lot of liquidity issues in a business and put less stress on him to keep generating that income while he's going through all the treatments. Now, this is the part that most people skip because there are cons of an IUL too. Con number one, there are fees. Yes, IUL has costs. Cost of insurance costs, administrative costs, indexing costs, commission costs. But costs don't kill IULs. Bad design does. Oversized death benefits, underfunded premiums, no long-term loan strategy. The design determines the outcome. Con number two is caps limit upside. So if the market has a great year and grows 25%, you might only get 10 to 12% up to a cap. That's the trade-off. This isn't about beating the market. It's about beating the tax drag, volatility, and timing risk. Con number three, surrender periods require commitment. This is not a short-term tool. They are surrender charges if you try to exit in the first few years. And early exits are expensive. So think of an IUL as a structural layer, not a stacked obligation. It is not set it and forget it. It's more like set it and steward it. Like I said before, IUL is not magic, it's just math. So let's review the real numbers for Kevin. By age 55, he's going to have around $554,000 in accumulated cash value. His net debt benefit is almost $1.7 million. No income taken yet. And at age 65, he's going to have almost $1.7 in accumulated cash value. And if he does get hit by the bus at that time, the net debt benefit is still going to be more than $2.6 million. And at this point, he hasn't touched the dollar yet. And his $500,000 in contribution have become nearly $1.7 million of fully controlled capital. At age 66, Kevin turns the income on, and planned income is around $153,000 per year. He's borrowing this money at a low rate of 6.25%, while he's projected to make between 6 and 7% in net returns. So he starts taking the income at 66, and the engine of cash accumulation keeps running. So by the age of 70, he's going to be taking around $766,000, and his net debt benefit is still $1.7 million. So Kevin has already taken more than his original funding, all tax-free. By age 85, his total income taken is over $3 million. That benefit is almost $1 million. And at age 95, if he makes it that far, for that original $500,000 contribution, he would have taken almost $4.6 million in tax-free income. And the remaining debt benefit is still six figures, $126,000. Without triggering taxable income, without selling assets after market drop, without asking permission. So Kevin didn't beat the market. He beat tax drag, volatility, and timing risk. Structure replace hope. So if you want to know whether this structure fits your business, your income, and your risk, you can click on the link below and book a tax-free wealth strategy session with us. We're going to go over your situation and figure out how this potentially could work for you. And remember, it's not what you earn, it's what you keep. Enjoy the ride.